We just walked across the border back there from Kyrgyzstan, and now we're in Kazakhstan on our way to Almaty. First time I've walked across the border before. Huge line behind me going from Kazakhstan south into Kyrgyzstan has to do with the Russian mobilization, unfortunately. We've met a ton of Russians all over Kyrgyzstan in the last week only since the mobilization started, so everyone's fleeing.
Bonjour from the Paris of Central Asia, or Almaty.
Did you know apples originate from Kazakhstan? This is the wildest fact, but I looked it up, it's true. Almaty, where we are, originally Alma-Ata, father of apples. This is where apples come from. They went to the whole world from here in Central Asia.
There's been a lot of symbols around the city of duh, and then it's like, it's a heart, it's also an apple.
Beloved Kazakh poet and philosopher, Abide.
My pals, Paul, John, Ringo, George, you know them. Apparently they've been to Almaty once. Maybe a few more times.
In our time in Central Asia, there's one thing we haven't done yet, and that's try horse meat. Let's do it now. This is beshbarmak, national dish of Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, and it's with horse. That was very succulent. That was very soft. Quite good. We just accidentally went into some sort of movie premiere. I'm not really sure. Rashid, where were we just at?
We just watched the new movie, which will be the next week in the cinema.
It's not even released yet. We just watched like a pre-release kind of thing. And the actors are still back there
This
too.
is the best mall, it's the best city in the world, right?
This is Penaflov's 28 Guardsmen. It's an epic statue representing a huge battle during World War II where the Soviets worked hard to stop the Nazis. In his hand, he's got a bunch of grenades because it was their last stand. They all died, all 28 of them died fighting to protect Moscow, letting other troops get ready to stop the Nazis. Except in 1948. After the war, they did a study, they found out it's not true. They found two of the people still alive. They found out all of it was made up. But then that report didn't come out until like 1998 or something. By that time, it was already a legend and the people loved it. So instead of realizing it's all fake and propaganda, they fired the archivist. This is Zenkov's Cathedral, built in 1904. It's almost entirely wood, but there are a handful of metal brackets because there was a really terrible earthquake at the end of the 18th century, so Zenkov was like, let's make it earthquake-proof. Good thinking, because in 1911 there was a terrible earthquake and almost all the buildings were leveled except for the cathedral. Amazing, but then the worshippers thought like, wow, a miracle of God. Really, it's just a miracle of engineering and science.
And foresight.
And foresight. We are at the Green Bazaar. I am on the hunt for kumis, fermented horse milk.
It smells a bit like formaldehyde. I'm not kidding. I'm transported to 7th grade science. I'm gonna try it. Am I trying it first? Okay. Oh, I'm so brave. It still smells like that, but it tastes better.
Oh, I agree. Smoky formaldehyde? I quite like that. Now we're trying shubat, which is fermented camel's milk. Much lighter smell. Super easy. I wouldn't say delicious. Kind of like ayran, like Turkish ayran.
Oh, I'll try that.
Ah. I was expecting to hate kumis. I wanted to try it because it's going to be horrendous. Turns out I actually really like it. It's slightly effervescent, like champagne from a horse.